some of you are probably going to call me a hippie in this video, and that's okay. Because, well, I'm objectifiably right. Alright, actually zoomed in. Wait, no I didn't. So, I don't normally get political here on YouTube, but I feel like this stuff needs to be said. War is stupid, unnecessary, petty, violent, waste of time, waste of money. And yet people still think, like, we are, like, not much anymore, but we are still kind of being taught that war is necessary. And it's just like, it's not. We are all people. Why are we killing each other? War is just legal killing. But it's still killing. What opened my eyes was watching Hacksaw Ridge, and a month ago I talked about how Hacksaw Ridge was my favorite movie. What I didn't mention was that it was an eye-opener to my now political opinions on war. And if you have not seen it, watch Hacksaw Ridge. It's on Netflix. It's a phenomenal movie. And it's based on the true story of Desmond Doss. And his story is what opened my eyes. It's just like, why are we killing each other? You don't see other animals go to war over their territories. They stick to their territories and they get along. They don't fight each other. Isn't that ridiculous? We have been doing this shtick where we've been trying to make it that people are at peace for decades now. And we've been trying to make it where we try and resolve conflicts peacefully for decades, since like the 60s and 70s, when the whole peace symbol came around. And fun fact that, like, the peace symbol is made up of the symbols for N and D, or nuclear disarmament, for anti-nuclear war. So peace, my thing. Because to me, nuclear weapons are one of the stupidest things we've ever done. Why we created nuclear weapons just to frighten each other is ridiculous. And for thousands of years, we've been trying to resolve conflicts the wrong way. And we're still trying to. It's just so petty that we are either fighting over land or oil. And we think that we need to fight over that. We stick to our territory. We should stick to our territories and leave each other alone. And I have some examples of why war is stupid. So, I heard this story. I don't know if it was true, but let's just say it's true for the purpose of anti-war. It was where a Russian submarine was detected off the coast of Stockholm, and the Swedish government sent out submarines to try and find it, and an activist group proposed the idea of dropping a neon sign of a man swinging his hips back and forth with Morse code saying, "Welcome to Sweden, gay since 1993, because that's when they legalized gay marriage. It was pretty funny, the idea, and the activist group later said that if war and weapons had worked, we would have had worked to resolve conflicts, we would have had peace a long time ago. Now, this is just from memory. I do not remember it well, and I'm not even sure if it's a true story, but for the sake of anti-war, let's say it is true. So, that's one example. Another example is, that, like, Hacksaw Ridge. It showed me, like, Desmond Doss had said, with the world is so set on tearing itself apart, doesn't seem to me like such a bad idea to put a bit of it back together. I don't know if Doss said that in real life, but that's what the movie said. And that line resonates with me. Another example is that a lot of astronauts have said that world leaders should be sent up into space before they become a world leader. So they see the world for what it is, not for what we believe it to be by maps with those borders and the lines showing that we are all separate when we're all the same. And I definitely agree with that. I also think that every person is gonna become a world leader has to have a psychological evaluation. And some people might not like that, but, like, would you want, like, for example, like, Ted Bundy, he was a psychopath, would you want him to be a world leader? No. So, like, to me, every political leader who's going to become a world leader should have to have a psychological evaluation. It doesn't matter if it's royalty, which, honestly, I don't like the concept of royalty in general. To me, it is just a way to make it that it's only theirs, instead of letting the people have it. And to me, that just doesn't work. Like, democracy is kind of flawed, too. But, like, royalty is even more flawed because, like, most royalty grew up in, like, a place where they were, like, treated very wealthy, and, like, they had so much more than the average person, so, like, they could have wrong views on things. And, like, this is another thing that I could be wrong on this, but to me it seems like the best politicians would be people who come from poor families or have experienced poverty. That's just what it seems like to me. I could be wrong on that, though. But, like, some people will be like, you gotta fight to resolve conflicts. No, you don't. You don't. You just think that. You think that. It's no, you don't. And it's just, we are all people, and why can't we accept that? There's so much hatred and malice in the world. Why do we have to fight each other over petty conflicts like land and oil that other animals don't care about, and they stick to their turf? It is ridiculous. We are all people. And why can we not just accept that? It is absolutely ridiculous.